Ladies and gentlemen, although it's certainly true that Bitcoin has taken a massive hit in the last couple of months, it's even more true to say that the altcoin market specifically has been devastated in this period of time. We've seen the Ethereum chart break down over in excess of 50%, absolutely unprecedented. Okay, we don't see this kind of thing usually at all. This is not normal price action. It's not a normal correction. That is a serious blow to the altcoin market. Ethereum, of course, being the leader of the altcoin market. The altcoin market cap chart, otherwise known as the Total 3 cryptocurrency index, has broken down from a 2.5-year long ascending support line on the RSI. And on top of that, even moving into something more broad and more actually specific, I guess it isn't broad, it's more specific in a lot of ways, the Bitcoin dominance chart has reached new highs locally for this cycle, which is, again, absolutely unheard of at this point in the cycle. Lots of weird stuff is happening in altcoins. The drops we've seen on Bitcoin have massively affected the altcoin market, and it does beg the question, is it possible for us to recover and see a regular altcoin season given all the damage we've seen? I actually don't think it is. Now, here's the nuance here. I do think that if Bitcoin does continue upwards and does continue its macro bull market as expected via the 4-year cycle, I do think we will see some sort of altcoin season, but I don't think it will be as powerful as the prior altcoin seasons for various reasons. We've had many trends here that have been definitively invalidated on the Bitcoin chart, on the Ethereum chart, and on the Bitcoin dominance chart, specifically Ethereum and the Bitcoin dominance chart, which have major implications for the altcoin market. I'll be getting into those trends that are broken today, and I'll tell you why I think altcoins and Ethereum are going to be in a much weaker position in future in relation to Bitcoin. Now, again, I do think that if we see a regular bull market, we will see some sort of altcoin season, but I don't think it will be much like what we've seen before. It's very nuanced, it's very complicated, so hear me out in this video. I think you want to hear this. Before we get into it today, guys, we have an exchange here that has never been hacked before in 3.5 years of being on the market. That is global non-KYC. You can sign up from anywhere in the world and use this exchange without a VPN. And furthermore, with my referral link down below, you can get a 15% trading fee discount attached to your account for life, as well as $8,000 plus USDT in trading rewards added to your account as trading bonuses for signing up with my referral link down below. This is big stuff here. It's an excellent deal. I reached out to them for partnership. They did not reach out to me. I don't get paid by them. The only thing I get is a referral link. And if you want all those things I just mentioned, which you should, trust me, I've done the scouting of the market, you can use my link down below to sign up. It takes 30 seconds and you'll get those rewards and bonuses and you'll help out the channel. I appreciate that, guys. Let's get into the content. Ladies and gentlemen, the 4-year cycle is the basis of all historical cryptocurrency price action. Will it last forever? No, probably not. It will break eventually. It could even break this cycle, but right now it's not broken. And for that reason, we have to continue trusting it to some degree, but it's within the 4-year cycle that we've seen bull markets and bear markets. Now, altcoin seasons generally happen during bull markets for Bitcoin. Bitcoin moves the market, guys. When we're seeing a bear market on Bitcoin, we see altcoins get destroyed and people rush into Bitcoin for safety, okay, and security. Altcoins do not do well during a bear market. It is only during the later phases of a cryptocurrency bull market that altcoins start to do well. After Bitcoin has had its initial run up, at the very peak of the bull market, altcoins start dramatically outperforming Bitcoin for a period of, let's say, 9 or 10 months. Generally, it's been about 9 or 10 months. We've seen altcoins dramatically outperforming Bitcoin. That's when you see these big drops on the Bitcoin dominance chart representing altcoins outperforming Bitcoin. But it's important to note the context there. I'm being very specific when I say it, right? It only happens when Bitcoin is in a bull market, when people get sick of Bitcoin, they get underwhelmed by the potential returns of Bitcoin, they get greedy because the market's been doing so well, and they throw their money into altcoins. That happens for a period of time, it becomes unsustainable, eventually altcoins top, and then everything crashes altogether. That is how an altcoin season typically works. Now, Ethereum leads that money flow cycle. Here's where we can start getting into the trends. Right, so Ethereum, being the leader of the altcoin market, has a massive influence on what altcoins are doing. And there are, of course, given the fact we have a 4-year cycle, structural trends on Ethereum that are conjacent to the 4-year cycle, or adjacent, I should say, to the 4-year cycle. Here's a structural trend on Ethereum that many people do not know about that I'll show you right now. Ethereum has many steps that it follows in cycles, or at least in the last 2 cycles. Step 1, let's just go through them right here. Step 1 is topping out. Step 2 is seeing a dead cat bounce. right? And topping out in that dead cat bounce before moving downwards again. Step 3 is bottoming out. So each circle represents a step. That's step 1, that's step 2, that's step 3, okay? Step 1, let's just go over again. Step 1, topping out. Step 2, dead cat bounce. Step 3, bottoming out. Step 4, seeing and establishing our bear market resistance zone. There it is. Step 5, breaking that bear market resistance zone and entering the dramatic upwards trend through which we see an altcoin season within. So there's 5 steps right there, each represented by one circle. Now here's the important part. Step 6, breaking the all-time high from the prior cycle. That step right there is when the altcoin season actually begins, okay? Actually begins. It triggers there. If we overlay the Bitcoin dominance chart, you can see altcoin season really starting to begin there with Bitcoin dominance tanking upon step 6 occurring. Now, this cycle so far, we have seen a very similar thing to most degrees, except step 6 did not happen. That's the big problem here. Step 1, topping out. Step 2, get dead cat bounce. Step 3, bear market low. Step 4, establishing the bear market resistance zone. Step 5, breaking that bear market resistance zone. And then, as you can see, there was no step 6. We never broke the Ethereum all-time high from the last cycle, and hence Bitcoin dominance did not start dropping. That is bad news. That should have happened by now, okay? It happened in around August 2020. It happened in August 2020, around, let's say, 427 days before the peak of the altcoin season. 427 days until the peak of the altcoin season. This cycle, given the fact that the peak of the altcoin season would line up with the 4-year cycle's expected top, would have made this, we would have wanted to see this essentially in August last year, right? We would have wanted to see Ethereum break its all-time high and Bitcoin dominance starting to drop in August of last year, right? That was months ago. That was 7 months ago at this point. And yet we have not seen that. We have not seen Ethereum break all-time highs at all. We've seen Bitcoin go downwards below several macro support zones, and Bitcoin dominance has kept climbing. This is a very, very big step in the wrong direction because we know that the 4-year cycle is based on dates. We know that for a fact. And if we muck up the dates on the altcoin market, right, it's not actually affecting Bitcoin's 4-year cycle, but it's affecting how altcoins have traditionally reacted to Bitcoin's 4-year cycle, and hence influencing whether or not we will see a strong altcoin season. At this point in time, it doesn't look like we're going to be seeing a very strong altcoin season, or at least a conventional one, because everything's whacked off here, everything's thrown off. We look at the Bitcoin dominance chart, for example. The same thing, right? Historically speaking, altcoin seasons have taken exactly, it's not even roughly, it's exactly 322 days from top to bottom. 322 days altcoin seasons have taken from when Bitcoin dominance started dropping to the bottom. 322 days. Let's go ahead and measure it right here. Bitcoin topped out in November. There it is, 322. Bang. Okay. This time, if we were to see 322 days from right here, let's just assume everything gets fixed today. Everything's perfect today. And we would go to our October top. That would only be around 217 days. It should have happened about 100 or so days ago. We should have seen Bitcoin dominance started to drop about 100 or so days ago. Everything's thrown off here for the altcoin market. Now, here's my conclusion. It puts us in a very weird position because we know how money flows in cryptocurrency. The fundamental truth is this. The money flow cycle in crypto shouldn't change. If we do see Bitcoin continue to rise, if we do see Bitcoin continue to follow the 4-year cycle, it doesn't really make sense for altcoins not to do anything because people will, just like every other cycle, get bored of Bitcoin and put money into altcoins seeking higher returns. That will still happen. And so we should see some sort of altcoin season, but it will be unpredictable. We're in the dark here. We don't know what exactly will happen. We don't know how strong it will be. Like we knew, for example, in the last cycle. In the last cycle, we had a very good idea of what the altcoin season would look like because it happened before and we were following all the steps that happened before. This time we're deviating. This is a bad thing. It means that if we had to guess, it'd probably be a lot weaker if we do see one at all. So altcoins don't look good right now. Ethereum does not look good right now. This is a very big step in the wrong direction that we've been taking continuously. At this point, it's a walk in the wrong direction that we've been taking all the way since around August and September last year. That's when I first started making altcoins videos on this YouTube channel again, around August and September last year. Around that point in time, I said, altcoin season starts soon, altcoin season starts soon. And I said that because that's when altcoin season was meant to start, as per the cycle. I continued with that pattern of speech until around December. And then in December, I realized, hey, look, something's actually wrong here. We're deviating quite heavily. And I started to take a more cautionary approach. And now we stand today in March, and we're still continuing on that treacherous walk of uncertainty. And at this point in time, the altcoin market is just that. It's in a very uncertain position. If Bitcoin continues upwards, we will see something. There will be some sort of altcoin season, but it's hard to say what exactly will happen. And for that reason, I think it will be much less stronger than prior. So I think altcoins are weak right now, and I think Ethereum actually is weak right now as well. That's my conclusion there. I mean, even looking at the Ethereum BTC chart, you see Ethereum reaching levels it hasn't seen since 2020. Absolutely brutal stuff. So cautionary tale here for the altcoin market in general. Let's hope Bitcoin pulls through and something can be salvaged. But at this point in time, it's not looking very good for altcoins, and it's not looking good for a strong altcoin season like what we've seen previously. It might be time to rid that idea from your head to some degree. Ladies and gentlemen, I implore you to check out the Bitunix exchange. It's never been hacked before, which is very topical. As of recent, we've had the Bybit hack, the biggest hack ever of cryptocurrency exchanges, conducted by hackers in North Korea. It was brutal, billions of dollars lost, not good at all. So get on a safe exchange, an exchange that's never been hacked before, historically speaking, 3.5 years of track record, very good stuff. It's global, non-KYC. You can sign up from anywhere in the world without a VPN. It's very accessible for that reason. Hundreds of trading pairs. You're not missing out on any coins here, and also getting very, very low trading fees, made even cheaper with my trading fee discount, which you can access down below. Use my link down below to sign up, and you'll get a 15% trading fee discount attached to your account for life. You cannot go wrong. Takes 30 seconds, helps me out, and it helps you out, importantly, because you'll be getting on a good exchange. Use that link down below. The last thing I'll mention, guys, is my VIP group on Telegram. If you want to get altcoin trading signals on Telegram, you can get them 4 times a week. I have a VIP membership exclusively for that. You also get access to a group chat with 160 other members. So get part of that exclusive community if you're interested. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you soon.